One, two, one, two, one, two. That truth is in the building, man. What is good? I keep telling y'all about my last minute shenanigans, trying to get it together. But hold on, let me do this, because I ain't even did this. All right, make sure y'all can hear me and make sure I can hear myself. Phew. What is the word, man? I've been cutting hair all day. You dig what I'm saying? And then I had to get back here so I can get ready for love and hate, man. Yesterday, G Nice, man, he working. He is out of town. I ain't for sure if he's in Vegas or somewhere, but I know he had a couple of meetings and stuff like that. And so it's kind of hard for us to try to plug, do it like at 7. Then he go out to the West Coast, and then they like 2 hours behind us, so it'd be like 5 o'clock out there. We wasn't finna, you know what I mean? We wasn't finna go through there. Listen, I'm on live. Like, did you not know that? Okay. But meanwhile, yeah. So he out in Las Vegas, LA, somewhere, and they like 2 hours behind. So I was gonna do it yesterday at 7 o'clock. It would have been 5 o'clock his time, which would have put him in some meetings. So then again, just think if I'd have did it about 9 o'clock, we kind of miss people, and then that's during the time when I was trying to get to the gym. You know what I mean? And I got to switch up my gym times. But what's happening with everybody? Oh man, I won't see y'all again until Sunday, so I got to say happy birthday to Uncle Marshall. He got a party coming up on Saturday, man, and so it's gonna be nice. I think at the Quad City Center. You know what I mean? And so happy birthday to Uncle Marshall, man. I'm gonna be there and show up. Hey, listen. If you are in Indianapolis, All Stars is going down this weekend. I heard that they got Bobby Brown over there tomorrow. You know, Bobby Brown be doing a little bit of cooking and stuff like that. So Bobby Brown is gonna be in All Stars tomorrow. You dig what I'm saying? And so I ain't gonna be able to make it. We got to also do me and my cousin Troy Lockhart. We're gonna be doing haircuts on Saturday at Higher Elevation Church. It's off of Locust, right over there by Emi's Park, by Castlewood. And so, if you know where the church is at, we're giving out free haircuts. Nami is gonna be there talking about mental health. We're gonna be doing that on Saturday, starting at 11 p.m. And hopefully that'll probably, I don't know what time it's gonna be over with, but also at Mount Sinai we have got one of the pastors, a pastor who is one of the cousins of Emmett Till, the guy that got lynched over the white woman. He was at the house when Emmett Till got snatched up by the police. Said that they was going to bring him back. Just wanted to ask him some questions, but they was snatching him up to go beat him up and kill him. And so, if you are in the Quad Cities, come out and support the free haircuts at Higher Elevation. Bring your sons and stuff through for a free haircut. We're gonna try to drop some gems on them, and anything that I can do, man, to uplift the youth. I'm going for it. I'm giving it 100%. Anything that I could take the little young boys, man, and try to raise their mind up and do something positive with them. What up, Loco Los? Just chilling, bro. Slow motion, man. Been doing a lot of running, man, but everything is in motion. So we're gonna be doing the free haircuts, Higher Elevation on Saturday. Then at 4 o'clock to 8 o'clock, Uncle Marshall's birthday party at the Quad City Center, man. And shout out to all the family that's in town and everybody that's gonna be there. I think Nicole and Marcus was on their way to the Shy, so it's gonna be hella food. And anywhere they got free food, I'm in there, fam. I'll pop up. Swear to who, if you ever want me to come through, just feed me and I'll be there. That's my that's my word. For real, for real. What's going on with everybody, man? Love versus hate. This one has been doing pretty good. This week, all the Bible studies and all the Bible study went good. Monday was super fresh with the first lady, Lafayette K. Barnum, not Lafayette May, like I was trying to say Lafayette May. It's Lafayette K. Barnum, the prophetess, the author, the first lady, the wife, the mother, doing big things. It happened. Now what? Remember to check out the book on Amazon. And so the Bible study, it went pretty good this week. By the time I got off air, man, it was about 100 people, man, that tuned into the Bible study. So to God be the glory. Shout out to Jesus Christ. Matter of fact, you know what it is. Turn up for Christ or burn up for life. For real, for real. Anytime you get 100 people that are tuned in, man, to listen to you talk about God and about how to pray, about the Lord's Prayer, man, that's big. That's super big. Sunday was big, and so the podcast is moving, man. Do me a favor. If you think it's something that you into, you think that we're doing a good job over here with the Bare Truth, share it to your page, man. You know, I'm just trying to get the views up. Me and my cousin Lil Larry, we're gonna do something special, man. We're gonna try to get this Naptown Originals thing jumping off. And one of the things that you got to do before anytime you go corporate or you try to take your thing to the next city and try to show everybody else how you put on, your city has got to be behind you. You dig what I'm saying? So if y'all stand behind me, then we stand in front of everybody. You dig what I'm saying? So support what I'm doing because it's positive, and I'm just trying to bring you something smooth and cool, something that you can do. Yes. Oh, you got your book in the mail? Okay. Cuz if a lot of people start buying books, you might have to cut me in for a fee. Fair. If it start going down when we start pumping the books, you're gonna have to help out because I'm coming through. You dig what I'm saying for a little cut? I'm sort of like your manager or something like the bootleg person. You got to give me some type of cut. But yeah, share the page, support the book. It happened. Now what? It's dope. It's a good read. And today is love versus hate. And anybody remember that Too Short song? It's your life. Don't be stupid though, because when you waste it, you'll know life is too short. you, you remember that? Too short. Too short used to go so hard back in the days, fam. But the song, man, I remember bumping that song. And if you think about it, man, it's cliche, but it's true. Like life is too short. And everybody has like a mistake, a hiccup, a failure, a fall down, a setback, or something. And so today I was just, how I kind of do. I try to comb through like some positive quotes or some things that I read and I bring them to y'all and then we'll discuss them. So, man, listen, tap in. You know what I mean? If I say something that, touches home for you, tap in and you know what I mean? Let me know what you think. And then that way we're going to post it on here and then that way we can keep sharing it. And so, excuse me, I got so many of them. I'm just going because I don't even know which ones I want to mix it up on or, you know what I mean? So I'm just going to mix up the cards and then I'm just going to read them and I'm going to tell you how they apply to my life. Maybe they can apply to your life. It can help you out, get yourself out of your funk and get you up and get you motivated. Because one thing you got to remember, man, I keep telling y'all this every day that God wakes you up, He's giving you another chance. He's trying to get you into your purpose and get you to why you was created on this earth. And so let's look at it. This first quote says, life is filled with many chapters. One bad chapter doesn't end the book. Life is filled with many chapters. One bad chapter does not end the book. And I think I wrote that down because I think everybody can use that. You know what I mean? Because sometimes people can let like a bad part of their life, a bad chapter in their life, let's put it like that. You can use a bad chapter in your life and you can let that define you. You dig what I'm saying? Don't and remember what we were saying, I think about a week or 2 weeks ago. Man, don't ever let nobody hold your past over your head. You know what I mean? Because you did something that they might think was horrendous or oh, look at him. I can't believe they did this, or I can't believe listen, fam, everybody got some funk and life is filled with like a lot of chapters, man. We got growing pains. We come from like a youth to your teenage years, then when you think you're grown, like how you was when you was 21, you thought you was everything because you can buy liquor and you really a clown. You dig what I'm saying? We really was some clowns when we was 21. We thought we was the life of the party. We thought we was everything. Then when you get 30, you start trying to figure out, okay, I got apartment, cars, and stuff like that. That be them times where you be jagging on them bills. You ain't really caring about your credit. You be burning up places trying to get credit cards. I remember I was telling y'all about how me and Local Los, how, how we had that apartment full of renter center stuff, and then people came and got it. You dig what I'm saying? Climbed up in the window and came and got their furniture. But that's life, B. You're gonna go through some stuff, man, where you're gonna have a bad chapter in life, and it's gonna be like it might hurt too. It might be embarrassing and those is the ones that people don't really like. You know what I mean? The embarrassing ones where you did something and everybody else be like, man, that was foul. You heard what such and such did? Damn. Or you know what I mean? Like situation might make the newspaper. But listen, you got to remember this, fam. If God is in control of everything and he got the last say so, what another person is telling you, man, can't count. It really can't count because if it's like this, God, if you tired of me and you done with me, boom, he can cancel you out. It can be done just like that. So remember, Life is filled with many chapters. One bad chapter does not end the book, and it doesn't define you. It doesn't, you know what I mean? It doesn't make the book. So yeah, be that. What's up, Lavonda? What's going down? You know what I've been seeing? You should come on the show and talk about your makeup thing. I seen this one lady that you did, like, man, it was like she looked so dope. And I almost thought that maybe you had like messed her up in the beginning, just so when you put the makeup on her, she can really like look fly. But I don't know. I can't call it. But only thing I can tell you, man, is I seen it and she was dope. So listen, the platform is open since you just popped up. You can be on here anytime because I think that that would do ladies a justice to see about the makeup thing and stuff that you're doing. And listen, if you send me some pictures before and after, I can even post them. How you love that? So it can get bigger than Deffer. You dig what I'm saying? She said, super proud of you. Yeah, right on. Yeah, for real, for real. All right. Now listen, I like this one. I'm gonna read it anyway, but I mean, what's up? It's like so many people that's in my inbox. And if you would just come to the page and see that we live, it would, okay. There it is. All right, check this out. It says, your comfort zone will destroy your dreams. Your comfort zone will destroy your dreams. How does that speak to somebody? I tell you what, have you ever seen somebody that's so comfortable in what they're doing that they'll just never reach for anything else for like a higher altitude? And I'll give you an example. I'll use me as an example. This is one thing that I found out about that prison time. Okay, it was so cool to get my cell phones rocking in the drug game. Like, you know what I mean? It's like I honestly can say I hate selling dope, but I was good at it. It's like because I knew how to stay up late with the fiends. I knew, exactly how to talk to them. Like, listen, if I come up and post up and somebody else got dope fiends, I knew how to break my stuff off, fatter just to, what I mean, win them over and stuff like that. So it's so many tricks to like selling dope. But I don't want to glorify it, but I want to say I got so content with getting that money and living that lifestyle. Like, okay, all week I'm grinding. At the end of the week, Saturday, you go cop you some shoes that fit. You got all kind of like little cars and stuff, and then you go to the club and you're the life of the club. Now listen to this. When I went to prison, I started figuring out like different types of hustles. Like, for one, when I was at Oakdale, they started having like these writers workshops and like these songwriters workshops. And I never sit down and try to write songs. Before you know it, man, I was in that place. I was writing like country music. I was writing music for choirs. I was writing some stuff that even made it on the news. While I was in prison, I was on the Iowa City News or the North Liberty News, where they came in and they did a story about me writing songs. And like one of my songs, the lady took it to Paris, and she said she had like about people from different, like 80 different countries that liked my music. And it's like God was like showing me, like, listen, you settling for this. You're in the comfort zone of selling dope and being just like, okay, a D boy, like this street credit, but you ain't never, you know what I mean? I got so many different talents and gifts that I planned inside of you. And you always dream about it. Anything that God puts inside of you, it becomes a dream and it's a passion. But a lot of times you won't chase it because you cool with this job over here. You cool with this little money over here. Oh, I work at John Deere. I'm making $30 an hour. But what if you're a makeup artist like Lavonda? Well, what if you do like cheesecakes? Or what if you might be an actor? I'm just saying, if you never shoot for it and you stay in your comfort zone, you'll destroy your dreams, B. And I'm not saying like, listen, go quit your job, because if them bills come in there, boy, and you call my phone, my phone, boy, I'm swear I'm not answering straight. No, I'm playing. I play too much. But listen, that ain't what I'm saying. You dig what I'm saying? You A job is what pays you. A career is what makes you. Does that make sense? A calling is what makes you. A job is what pays you. A calling is what makes you. And that's the thing that you dream about, the thing that you're passionate about. You know what I'm saying? It's like, for real, for real. Follow that gut instinct, man. If it's something bubbling inside of you, give birth to that dream, B. I'm telling you, it might be the thing that you know what I mean, that changed the world. What you say, Vonda? Throw you to the wolves and you'll come out leading the pack. Okay, we gotta post that because that's dope. Okay, what Nicole say? Replying to Nicole Joy Wheatley. Lavonda. All right. They talking to themselves too. They having an intermediate like conversation. But she says, throw you to the wolves and you'll come out leading the pack. I believe that. That's just the type of person I am. You know what I mean? I'm gonna figure something out. And so when I went to prison, I seen it happen to myself. You know what I mean? I was on inmate council. sitting down with the warden, changing things inside the prison, writing up proposals and talking to him. I'm talking about I even got a chance to do some stuff in front of the senator, you know what I mean, of their district that's down in Iowa City and North Coralville and stuff like that. So I'm telling you, whatever your dreams are and whatever you feeling, man, you better go for it. Let me mix it up a little bit more and let's see what else we get. All right, check this out. I thought that this was dope. Let me see what people say. Okay. It says, people can inspire you or people can drain you. Choose your company wisely. People can inspire you or people can drain you. Choose your company wisely. Wow. Who was that for? You dig what I'm saying? You ever feel like you probably hanging around somebody that's like a leech? You ain't never got nothing to give, but you always come and you got your hand out. Like, fam, come on. You dig what I'm saying? You draining. Or like, what about that person that always come down and they just come around and they just got negative conversation? You ain't never positive. It's like you come around you, boy, I'll be depressed. Like, man, like stop. You dig what I'm saying? Say some nice stuff every now and then. You dig what I'm saying? Or do something uplifting for somebody, man. You dig what I'm saying? It's like, boy, I can go over to Jada's house and I was telling her that I was hungry. True story. And I get done cutting their hair and my peoples, man, she just put me together like a chicken salad and was like, here, Arnie, take this salad, wrap it up. You dig what I'm saying? It's just like she always thinking, you know what I mean, ahead and try. It's like that's the type of people that you like to be around. People that's moving in your corner and stuff. I done came through and cut their hair, they paid me, but then she sent me out with a chicken salad. You dig what I'm saying? So it's just like choose your company wisely, like who you hanging around with, man. And it's like if they draining you and they ain't never got like no positive conversation, they ain't never talking about okay, what's the next move? What's the best move? How we gonna do this and that? Okay, what you got for the future? I keep trying to tell you, like that's why me and G Nice be chopping it up so much because he stay on the go. He stay doing stuff. Like man, my man is like he all the way out in Las Vegas and out on the West Coast now, just trying to do other different moves in his like little career. But you know, you want to be inspired by people. You know, like if we get together and we talk, me and Local Los, we always talking about getting this record company together, managing these artists, trying to get these artists together. Every time we get together, we dreaming about something bigger or better. You dig what I'm saying? And so if that makes any sense, take that, man. But choose your company wisely. That's listen. Um, they said that you want to know who a person is, just look at the people who they hang with. You dig what I'm saying? And that's it. You know, that's for real, Overstreet. It's a real spill salute. You dig what I'm saying? If you want to know who a person is, look at the people that he hang with. And then I heard this one quote a long time ago. It says, if you're the smartest person in your circle, you're in the wrong circle. And that's real. Oh, listen to this. I had two quotes on one card. Don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened. Don't cry before because it's over. Smile because it happened. Who is that for? You know what I mean? That could probably be like a deadbeat relationship. You know what I mean? Or you know what I mean? You know how I think it was another quote in there. So I really hope that I'm not giving this idea all the way up. Have you ever been in a situation where you did what I'm saying? Uh, a way a person was explaining it to me. I was just listening to this guy, and he was like, when people like get into relationships and they get intimate, right? You pull from that person's soul. You dig what I'm saying? And so he was like, a lot of times, you know, the reason why you can't get over this person because you have pulled from their soul when you was intimate. And so even though a relationship is toxic, sometimes a woman will cry over this guy. And this guy is blacking her eye, punching her in her face. He's cheating on her. He didn't gave her a STD. He done slept with her friends. And now that, you know what I mean, they done broke up, she's still crying. You know, and listen, I'm not laughing, but it just makes me feel like, wow, like how could this be? You dig what I'm saying? That you can go through all of this mess and then all of a sudden that person leaving your life will make you cry. Okay, let me see. I gotta post that one, Overstreet, because I think that's sincere. Let's show this one. Overstreet says life is a lesson. Some learn, some don't. Oh, I got some stuff in here that's gonna probably speak true to that. But think about that, people. For real, for real, for real. Because you know, I taught on that, and I might get that one to you again. You know, that's one of the reasons why it ain't a good thing to just be out here having sex with people and sleeping around. Because when you sleep with people, you pull a part of their soul away. You dig what I'm saying? So it's like Say if this person is sleeping with somebody over here, over here, over here, and you have sex with that person, it's like you done slept with all them other people. And then all of a sudden now you got all these different souls attached to your soul. And now you wondering why, you confused, you depressed. Now all of a sudden you suicidal thoughts. You dig what I'm saying? And anything can happen to you. But listen to what that one was saying. Don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened. I think what you saying, Overstreet, life is a lesson. I think that that kind of speaks to that because ladies or fellas, whether it's a job or whether it's anything, sometimes you got to look at it and be like, all right, I ain't finna cry that it's over with, but just smile that it happened. And I mean, that could be on different levels, man. It could be something positive. It could be at a funeral. You dig what I'm saying? You could lose a loved one and be like, okay, don't cry that it's over because you're going to see him again, but just smile and be rejoiceful that, hey, God gave them for you for this long. You know what I mean? At least we got a chance to live this long. You know what I mean? So you can be grateful for it. So you could take that any kind of ways, but I think we might double back and do the thing on the souls about the sex and the mix in the souls and stuff like that because I knew about that, but the way he was breaking that down and he said that sometimes that's the reason why ladies can't leave a toxic relationship because they pulled away from his soul and just he likes to be disrespectful and abusive, and now she likes that he is disrespectful and abusive. Man, y'all better start figuring it out, man. Start trying to think about life on a different level instead of walking around in name brand clothes and Jordans, thinking you cute and trying to shake and twerk and shit on, on TikTok, and you got real life issues going on. You land up having sex with a woman, a nizer and a woman beater. You dig what I'm saying? And now you done been so long with him, having sex with him and laid up with him that you start loving what he doing because that's a part of your soul now. Better try to figure out your date life for real, for real. I like who you with. Probably need to start asking questions and stuff like that. But listen to this one. I thought that this one was pretty dope too. Um, it's kind of corny, but check it out. It says, "Do it alone, do it broke, do it tired, do it scared, just do it. Do it alone, do it broke, do it tired, or do it scared, but just do it." And I think the one of the reasons why I broke it down is because let's say for instance if you're trying to go to the gym, sometimes the gym can be discouraging to you or like say if you're trying to eat healthy and you can start off, then you get to thinking like, you know what I mean, dang, I don't want to go to the gym by myself, you know what I mean, or I ain't got this to buy these type of shoes and stuff like that, or I'm tired, or I'm scared, I don't want people to look at me funny because I got a few extra pounds, I don't want to go in there by myself. Sometimes you just got to make that move because you know that it's going to be the best move for you. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense. So when I was reading down the list, when it gets to just do it, we know that's the famous Nike slogan. But when it says do it alone, do it broke, do it tired, do it scared, it's saying against all odds, B. Like, I don't care what's going on in my life right now. If it's something that I know I need to acquire, if it's a goal that I need to reach, I got to go ahead and get at it. Cause I don't care. Cause if you do it, like if something like that is going to detour you or, you know what I mean, detour you to like, okay, I'm gonna miss this day, I'm gonna miss that day. And I'm guilty of that. You dig what I'm saying? Some days I'd be tired, I'd be cutting hair, like especially when I was working like at Stir, like the 12-hour shifts, and then you come back and you cut hair. It's kind of hard to go to the gym after that, after you've been on your feet for like 12 hours. But then sometimes I used to push myself and go to the gym anyway. My mom used to be like, boy, you going to the gym after that? And it'd be like nine something going on 10 o'clock. And I'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and hit it. I'll go in there, man, and work out for like a good 50 minutes to an hour. And when I come back and take that shower, I feel so good. And then I just sleep better. Because you know, once you get used to working out, when you stop working out, man, it takes a toll on your body. You dig what I'm saying? Your body will let you know, like, hey, we ain't doing the right thing. So just do it for one, because once you get into a routine, then you're gonna love it. Then it's gonna become a part of your life. So basically, you can use it from that aspect too. Be like, okay, no matter what, if I'm tired, if I gotta go by myself, even if I'm a little bit scared, I'm still gonna go because the results is gonna kick in and they're gonna pay off. And then pretty soon it's gonna be a part of your life. And so that's all you gotta try to do. The biggest thing about working out, I'm gonna tell you this, any lady or any one of my guys that ain't been to the gym or you thinking about working out, I tell you what, if you go to the gym consistently for 90 days, Give yourself 12 weeks of consistency, at least 3 to 4 times a week going to the gym and letting your body rest. Make that a habit, and I guarantee you, you will never be. It'll be hard to break that habit because once you start going, it's hard to break the habit. Once you start working out, it's like, nah, your body needs it. You know what I mean? You be laying around like, Shh, I'm about to go to the gym. Like, I ain't finna do this. All right, check this out. Life isn't about waiting for the storm to pass, it's about learning how to dance in the rain. Life isn't about waiting for the storm to pass, it's about learning how to dance in the rain. Mm. When I seen it, I wrote it down because I mean it can speak to you in so many ways. And you remember this is love versus hate. And so it's always something negative versus something positive because we know how to do the negative stuff. You dig what I'm saying? Again, sometimes you got people that got dreams and they got plans to do like businesses. Like if you know that you can cook, or you know that you can cut hair, or you good at doing braids, or you doing something good at a side hustle. Stop talking about, well, I gotta wait till I get my money up and then I'm gonna do that. You dig what I'm saying? It's about learning how to make a shake like right now, because it ain't always gonna be sunny. If you waiting on the sun to come out for it to be your best days, man, you're gonna miss your chance. You dig what I'm saying? And also, if you're talking about getting back into church with God, use it like that. And I mean, it ain't so much as biblical to me, but it's like this. I remember this guy used to tell me, "Hey man, I want to go to church, but I gotta wait till I get right." Fam, you ain't finna get right. You get what I'm saying? You might as well come on to church, because if you waiting on yourself to get right, you ain't gonna never get right. It's about going when it's a mess, when it's raining outside, when it's pouring down. Sometimes just go ahead and go for it. You know what I mean? Because when we talk about it's your life, love versus hate, negativity, man, will always try to weigh you down and try to stop you. You know what I mean? And next thing you know, you'll be in your 50s and in your 60s regretting that you never lived. I don't never want to feel like that, man. I swear I don't. That's why I keep trying to tell you, man. My life is not finna be mediocre. I'm finna live my life to the fullest, man. And I don't care. Every day is gonna count. And man, I'm not gonna trip. Every day I wake up, man, I'm trying to figure out, am I gonna cut some hair? Do I got a portrait to draw? I done went out there and checked on these nightgowns again. So I got them things rolling again. So I got a little bit of an understanding. So I'm trying to get that going. It's just like, and now I got a child support hearing on the 28th. If I can get this child support hearing, cool. Then I can double back and get the insurance license, because the insurance license can be held up by the child support depending on how much you owe. They can stop you from getting them licensed. And so it's like, if I sit back and just wait for everything to just be sunny, fam, I'll never win. It's like right now it just don't seem right, but just keep going, because eventually the sun gonna pop out, the clouds is gonna disappear, and when they do, oh man, life is good. But you got to give it all you got, fam. You can't be sitting around waiting and talking about you're going to do that, because what's going to happen is you're going to wind up never doing it. And then you're going to be in your 50s and your 60s miserable. Your grandkids don't like you because you ain't never got nothing to say. You cussing them out because you broke. You can't give them no money. You dig what I'm saying? You ain't got no life insurance. You ain't got no women, no girl. Nobody ain't even with you. You're in a house by yourself. Now you're in a home, and they won't even give you showers on time. So you just sitting in your pits. I'm just playing. I play too much, but I'm saying it can get messed up for you out here. So don't be bitter and old in your 50s and your 60s, talking about what I could have did, what I should have did, and what I would have did. Do it today. Today is today. All right. Matter of fact, listen to this. This is dope. Excuses make today easier, but tomorrow harder. Discipline makes today hard, but makes tomorrow easier. Excuses make today easier, but tomorrow harder. Discipline makes today hard, but tomorrow easier. So when I checked out that one, I was like, that's that rise and grind one that you need. You dig what I'm saying? That's that rise and grind that you need. You dig what I'm saying? Because you can wake up and then you can have 1,000 excuses on why you don't want to do this and why you don't want to do that. And then guess what? Everything that you put off today is going to be looking at you in the face tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? And so you might as well go ahead and get up and kill the excuses today and go ahead and jump on it. Because I keep telling you, every time you wake up and you rise and you grind and you set a habit for yourself, you move and groove in that habit. That listen, there was this quote that we used to have in prison, and I remember this, and I want you to think about this. And this one, it ain't even in here on the written ones. It says, "Sow a thought and you'll reap a action. Sow a action and you'll reap a habit. Sow a habit and you'll reap a character. Sow a character and you'll reap a destiny. And so I used to like look at it and be like, damn, that's so deep. Because what you think about in your mind, you know what I mean? You can either say, okay, I'm gonna hit the snooze on the alarm clock, I'm gonna give me like 10 or 15 more minutes. Next thing you know, you done woke up and now you late, you done missed something, now you rushing and you done messed your whole day up. When you might as well go ahead and get up, get to it. I don't care what you gotta get you a shot of coffee, throw some cold water on your face, sit in front of a fan or something, but move. And then that's that discipline. Discipline might be hard today. You dig what I'm saying? But it's gonna make tomorrow easier. You dig what I'm saying? I got a friend, she hit me earlier today, and she was just like the first day of physical therapy. Ugh. And the first thing I could think about is like it's gonna get greater later because now you got to get the physical therapy started. So once you get the physical therapy started, it's hard today, but then tomorrow's gonna get a little bit easier. Then pretty soon, you know what's gonna happen? You're gonna be back in the gym, getting your workout back in, feeling good about it. You was a little bit mad because you got to do physical therapy, but it's discipline. And sometimes, man, we don't be thinking like that. We don't move like that. People be getting lazy, especially like if you've been out all night, you've been drinking and you've been smoking. Fam, you ain't finna get up in the morning. I don't know who you I don't know who you think you are. You're not finna get up in the morning. You know what I mean? That's the reason why I'm saying, like, fam, not poking stabs at nobody. That ain't cool. That ain't nothing to do to just lay around all night. I ain't gonna say lay around, but I'm saying sitting around like all night, smoking as much as you can and drinking till like 2, 3, and 4 in the morning. Like, man, what y'all doing? Come through, man. We blow something, bring a drink. But everybody is moving. Businesses is opening up at least at 8 o'clock. At least at 8 o'clock, you can get into a store and make something happen. If you still sleep, fam, you done missed out on everything. You done missed out on interview. You done missed out on the store. By the time you wake up, man, the sun going down and everything. You did when say you done missed the whole day playing. So sometimes you got to discipline yourself. Listen to that again. Excuses make today easier, but tomorrow harder. Like, man, fuck it, man, I'll do it the next day. And that's how we do. Excuse my language, but I done been there. I done did that. But it's so, hard to discipline yourself for the moment. But I tell you what, if you do that with the workout, I guarantee you discipline yourself for 90 days and start working out. The next week, if you miss like a whole week, man, your body gonna be like, nah, I'm going. Okay. What you say, Loco Los? Let's show that. Gotta put that on there. Loco Los said, God will give you what you desire, but you have to put it exactly. You have to. You got to put in the work. You know what I mean? Um, and there's a scripture in the Bible where it says, God will give you the desires of your heart, but the desires of your heart can only be worked out. You dig what I'm saying? What's in your heart? He can't give you just because it's in your heart. You got to work it out in your heart. What are you passionate about? What do you love doing? Get up and do it. Show him that you can get busy, and I guarantee you, he'll bless you. That's real talk, Local Los. And then there was a part on here that says, your struggle is a part of your story. And I wrote that one down because in the church, man, they'll always tell you, I forget, there was a song where it says, your test is your testimony and your mess is your message. And you can add this one right here, your struggle is your story. And I think a lot of times why they use this in the church and why I really liked it and I wanted to put it down here today. Because when it comes to life, man, you got to understand that when you do hit them falls, man, that's the easy part. But getting up is the hard part. You dig what I'm saying? It ain't about how many times you fall, it's about how many times you get up. And so sometimes your mess can be a message and your test can be a testimony. And like that said, your struggle is a part of your story. And so every time we go through something and we become, I got another quote in here. I hope I get to it too. And it's going kind of like a tag team that one. But other people are looking up to you. They love to hear, how did you overcome this? Because what y'all got to understand is never point your finger at somebody else because they did this and they did that, because they're not the first one and they're not going to be the last one. I remember one time, and I'm going to use this story, and this is my baby. She wrote me when she was down and I was in a joint, and she was sad about having a baby. You dig what I'm saying? And I had to write her back a letter, and the first thing I had to tell her, the situation that she was going through, I kept on saying, Nubia, you ain't the first one that this happened to, and you ain't gonna be the last one that it happened to. So, just understand that you can bounce back from anything. Only thing you gotta do is lift your head up and you gotta keep grinding. And so just because a situation didn't happen to you, be careful on how you point the finger and how you treat other people, because God might just be using that person to be a testimony to somebody else. He might listen. I'm a matter of fact, here it is. When I used to teach peer health in the prison, I had this DVD on Magic Johnson, and so everybody used to be like, Magic Johnson got so much money. Magic Johnson ain't got HIV no more. Like Magic Johnson ain't got AIDS, and it's like, nah. He like, yeah, I got HIV. I still got HIV. He doesn't have full blown AIDS. And so what I learned when I started studying it, because I had to teach the classes, is that, you know, HIV is just an immune deficit that where it's attacking your blood cells and it's trying to break down your immune system. And so there are pills that can fight off or can make the cells lay dormant, or either they can make them, they call them stupid, to where they keep floating around and they don't attack and they can't break into this blood cell. You know what I mean? So many T cells, and then they go in and they trying to evaporate your T cells. They're trying to kill them off, right? And so his T cell count is like in the 850s to 1,000, and that's a healthy body. And because with the medicine that he's taking, he said, you know, he got to take these pills like 3 times a day. And this was way back then. Now they got a pill that you could take like once a day. So I'm just telling you this because you know how HIV used to be real scary. You know, you hear about somebody with HIV, it's like, fam, I ain't shaking his hand. You know what I mean? I ain't laughing like it's a joke, but it's really real. Like when we didn't have the knowledge of it, just like COVID now, COVID is getting better. But okay, listen to what Magic Johnson was saying. So he goes to different prisons and he talks about HIV and he talks about his story. You know what I mean? Now people might say, okay, he rich, so yeah, people listen to him. But at the end of the day, a lot of those guys that was in the joint, it's some guys that was in there that had HIV, and it gave them hope to know that, man, if I take my medicine and I keep my immune system, you know what I mean, up and stay healthy, if I work out, if I do my vitamin C, eat like a lot of fruit and eat healthy and stuff like that, I can keep my immune system up where it won't turn into full blown AIDS. Because when HIV turns into AIDS, that's when your T cell count drops below 250, and then anything can enter into your body and it can kill you. So it ain't like AIDS kill you. It could be a nail infection. It can be a fungus infection. It can be a cold, a simple cold. And the reason why it kill you is because you don't got an immune system to fight it off. And so again, the moral of the story is your struggle can be somebody else's story. So Magic Johnson said that when he caught HIV, he was having a situation with his wife Cookie. And he said, one day she was just like, you need to get out. And he was like, what? Like, get out the room, get out the house. He was like, you know, he thought she was mad at him and wanted him to like leave. She was like, no, you need to get out and start living. She was like, you running around here looking all sad and looking down. She was like, keep living your life. You already know what you got to do. He know he's got to take his medicine and what he got to do to keep himself healthy. Get back to living and stop feeling sorry for yourself. So he started feeling like, okay, I'm the face of HIV now. Who but me? It'd take somebody, you know, predominant basketball career, one of the coldest assist man passers that we ever seen. And when he was in the game, the Lakers was on top of their square. They was probably like one of the only teams that could probably give, you know what I mean, the Bulls and Jordan them some smoke. You dig what I'm saying? But he had to leave the game early because people didn't want to play with him. And so now he took his story and he made it, you know what I mean? He took his struggle and he made it his story. You dig what I'm saying? And so that's what kind of inspired me to be like, man, listen, if I don't do nothing else, God, when I get out of here, I promise you this: I will go back and advocate for women. I got two beautiful daughters and I got granddaughters. You dig what I'm saying? And I'm gonna make sure that I show other young guys how to be a real man and how to respect our women. And so that's what we're doing. So if you got a struggle or something that happened to you in your life, look and see how you could take lemons and make lemonade. It's as simple as that. So check that one out. All right, let's keep moving. Let me see. All right. This one is kind of cool. I'll read it. Okay, hold on. Let's read this one. This one is dope. I might go back to that one. It says, we fall, we fail, we break, but then we rise, we heal, and we overcome. We fall, we fail, we break, but then we rise, we heal, and we overcome. And so I think I wrote that one down because a lot of times, you know what I mean? People can get hurt, man. And if you ain't got like the right company or people around you or people praying for you or somebody in your corner that's edging you, like, man, girl, get up, or man, my dude, keep your head up and keep it moving. Sometimes you can lose it out here. You know what I mean? And it's so many different things because right now we live in like this age that we living in, like I was kept on telling somebody, I was like, man, everything that I dreamed about in prison, man, when I got to the crib, it's totally different. It's like when I left, MySpace was jumping. I come home and Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, Snapchat, all of this stuff is popping. People sending you like naked pics you didn't even ask for, like on Snapchat. It's like it took me the longest to learn how to block them, but it's just like, what is going on out here? And sometimes social media can make you feel like, you know what I mean, you a failure because of this. And then that's how them people be, and I'm saying mostly our kids, but people be having that suicide spirit on them, trying to live up to what everybody else think about them on the internet. You dig what I'm saying? And just because you didn't make it over here, it's always a camera somewhere around showing somebody's failure. You dig what I'm saying? Or somebody missing a beat, or somebody going down doing something. But it tells you like this: we fail, we fall, we fail, we break, but we rise, we heal, and we overcome. No matter what you're going through in life, man, I keep telling y'all, man, you got to get up and you got to give it 100%. Every day that you give it up. And you know what? If you ain't got nobody speaking into your life, get up and go to a church. Go somewhere where they talking some sense, some positivity, and praying. I ain't about to be standing around in no crack house where everybody is doing dope and losing and broke and stealing. And you know what I mean? Why be in a situation or a scenario where, man, they losing? It don't take that much sense to know, okay, over here, y'all ain't winning. I'm out. You dig what I'm saying? So sometimes, man, you got to separate yourself. Let me see what the bottom one says. It says, without rain, nothing grows. We learn to embrace the storms in life. I think basically what we just been saying, you know what I mean? And remember that. So when you fall, you fail, you break, you rise, you heal, you overcome. And that's just a part of life. And that's true. I remember Mary them has a song, and it says, we all need a little dirt to grow. And so it's basically like saying, like, no matter how, when people hate on you or talk or dig up some dirt on you, we all need a little bit of dirt to grow. You dig what I'm saying? And that one is saying nothing grows without rain. Learn to embrace your storms. So what we talking about, love versus hate. It's your life. If you can't embrace the storms, man, you're gonna always lose. You know what I mean? Because you don't never get a chance to grow. I had some real good ones in here, and I'm hoping that I catch one of them. I wish I can look at them, look through them, and catch them. Um, that would have fed to that one. But hold on, check this out. The meaning to life is to give life meaning. That's pretty dope. Listen to that one again. The meaning to life is to give life meaning. And so, remember what I kept saying? Like, man, I don't want to live no mediocre life. Listen, if you living on this planet and on this earth, why not try to make a statement? And I'm not trying to say compete with people like I'm better than you, like I'm trying to be better than you, or I'm trying to be. No, I got my own lane, fam, and I stay in my lane. You dig what I'm saying? I ain't competing with nobody. I'm gonna congratulate you on what you do and how you do it, and I'm also gonna pray for you that God will bless you, because that's how I keep my blessings rolling. But excuse me, in life, I gotta sneeze. Hold on. But it says the meaning of life is to give life meaning. Can't do it. Okay, to give life meaning. And so, what does that mean to give life meaning? That means to get up and give life everything you got. You know what I mean? Stop laying around wasting your time and wasting your days, man. You gotta live. I'm saying every day that you wake up, you gotta be doing something, man. It's people that just wake up and just go through life. They just floating. They just here. They don't care what they doing. They don't care. You know what I mean? Like, have you ever seen somebody that's been really happy with getting a disability check? It's like, are you serious? I'm not finna accept no $1,200 a month. You dig what I'm saying? So in 10 months you make $12,000, and then what? And 12 no in 10 months you make $12,000. So then you add another 12, or that's another 2,400. So come on, man, that can't be life. 1,440 and $400, $14,400 for a whole year. $14,400 for a whole year. Are you serious? Come on, man. Ain't no way in the world I'm about to sit, and you know that you can work, and you know that you can get up and get out here and get to it. But just because you get to do that, you're gonna take that little disability check because, yeah, that, you know what I mean, your rent is cheap. Your rent is like $60 or $35. Your link card put you in there for like about $300 a month on the link card. Your rent, you get low income rent, so you, based off your income, you only pay like $60. and then they give you a check like for 1,200 or $1,100 a month, and you straight with that. Hold on, somebody said, "Yeah, thumbs down." Like, are you serious? With all this money out here, as rich as this world is, as great as God is, and as big as God is, you mean to tell me you happy with that? Come on. Uh-uh. The meaning to life is to give life meaning, to get up and get out and give life everything you got. Who are you in this world? What did God create you to be? You know what I'm saying? Be the best you that you can be. Be a light for somebody. Get out here, man, and make a statement in this world. You know what I mean? When I die, man, I want to been to live. You know what I mean? And I don't care if my funeral ain't really packed. That ain't what I'm saying. I want a packed funeral, but I want somebody to be able to say, like, damn, fam, he did it. Everything he can do, he did it. You dig what I'm saying? And that's really real. Okay, and just like this, now check this one out. The two most important days of your life is the day that you were born and the day that you find out why. That's dope. The two most important days in your life is the day that you was born and the day that you find out why. Mm. And so the meaning to life is to give life meaning. And so why would he say is the day that you found out why you were born? The day that you were born and the day you find out why. I really found out what I was born for, or what I was created for when I was in prison. And so it really took me to go take a chance to sit down. So the world was too noisy. I wasn't doing a good job out here. I was drinking every day. I was partying. I was feeling myself. I was, head in the clouds, thinking that I was something. But like I said, I was content with selling drugs and just living. You dig what I'm saying? It was nothing spectacular. We drink from the time we get up to the time we go to sleep. We was late night. Once my kids, I got done helping them with like homework, or I do stuff in the house and make sure that they eat. I was always good at being a father. I love that. I love my kids. I love doing homework. I love working on science projects. That's me. I love doing that. But once this is over, when you eat and it's time for you to go to bed, I would hit the streets and I was living a double life. So when I get out here, okay, my girl, she know I'm selling dope, but it's just life is a party and it came with the territory. But then as soon as I went to prison, God was just like, you know what I mean? I gave you a life and look at what you've been wasting it on. You know what I'm saying? And look how many women you done mistreated that was like wifey material, that you know what I mean, that you just lied to, that you just took advantage of. You know what I mean? That was a good person to you. You know what I mean? That was really in your corner, that really, really loved you. And this is how you was treating people. You know what I mean? And so when I sit down, he gave me a chance. It's nothing like a clear mind, man, when you can think. Like when you ain't got no drugs in your system and you ain't got no alcohol in your system. You know what I mean? Like the first year was rough. The very first year was rough because I was trying to get adjusted to prison. The COs talk to you crazy. But once I got a hold of my mind and got a chance to think and got a chance to start writing again with a sober mind, it's just like God would just like speak to me in the night. Like, you know what I mean? I'd be up reading the Bible sometimes at like 4 o'clock in the morning. I was just feasting on the word. But then again, not only that, he was placing so many people in my life. Like I be telling you about those professors up there at the University of Iowa. Like, right, I got to go speak to a medical class on the 29th next week, and they paying me to go to Iowa City because I was in prison, and they want me to talk on this panel about, health, the health system inside of prisons, and what could this graduating class expect to go in here and talk to a bunch of inmates or deal with a bunch of inmates. And so they picked me. You dig what I'm saying? And so that's what God is saying. Like, listen, your story now, your struggle now is a story. You dig what I'm saying? And when you start figuring this out, I'll start putting you in places that you ain't never been. You know what I mean? And it's just like this lady put me in her book. She's been getting me so many like public speaking gigs. Like now, and it's like getting this passion for public speaking. Now I'm trying to find me like an agent so he could try to help me get some more public speaking gigs, and maybe I can land this TEDx talk. You know what I'm saying? But the moral of the story is you never know what life is about until you start giving it everything you got. And then you start trying your hands at things that you're passionate about. And you start figuring out, like, dang, God, okay, I got a passion. I got a niche for this. And not only that, you good at it. And it comes natural. And so now, I ain't got to compete with like other public speakers. I got my own story to tell. Nobody went through what I went through. Nobody didn't deal with what I dealt with. Nobody know what I was thinking when I was thinking with what I did. It's my life. You can't be me. I can't be you. Be yourself. Everybody else is already taken. I'm pretty sure you already heard that one before. And listen to this. The only real mistake we make in life is the one in which we learn nothing. Man, how many people can relate to that one? The only real mistake we make in life is the one in which we learn nothing. And I think what he's saying in this one right here, which is so deep, it's just like when you go through something, did you learn something from it? You know what I mean? And I gotta tell you, well, now we're talking about prisons. I ain't gonna say no names, but I had a couple of guys, man, that came back like three times when I was just on one bed. And I got to thinking to myself, like, man, God, like, send me to the house. How come I can't go? I can't get to the house for nothing. It's like we blowing all this money on lawyers. We going through all these court cases, and it's like, man, I keep losing. And it's just like this person is getting out. I'm seeing them get out. I didn't cut their hair. He didn't got out and came back. He didn't got out again. And then I go to another camp and you back. I'm like, man. And it's like if you keep bumping your head, man, and you ain't learning nothing, you did what I'm saying? You ain't picked up nothing. Every time you make a mistake, it's only a real mistake if you don't learn nothing from it. If you learn something from it, then you learn how to beat it. That way you don't go down through it again. And I like the way that this one preacher was talking about, how the Bible says God never tempts anyone, but in testing, He's testing your endurance and your faith. A lot of times, man, God will keep sending you through the same test until you pass it. So, okay, you got a problem with like men or giving yourself up fast, or you got a problem with jobs, quitting a job, walking out on the job. You got a problem with your temper, and you asking God to help you with your temper. Guess what He gonna do? He gonna send send somebody to get on your nerves. So it's funny because it's true. It's like a lot of times I used to be in prison praying for patience and praying for like understanding on and then He always send like some like weird like creepo or something, somebody that'll bother me and it pissed me off and be like, now listen, I'm trying to get you to deal with him and learn. You said you wanted patience. Okay, here go this CO that's gonna come kick on your door, or, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. So y'all gotta be mindful of that. If you got a prayer life, you know what I mean? If you don't, you probably need to get one. You dig? I was gonna say something else, but I play too much. But listen to that again. The only real mistake that you make in life is the one that you learn nothing from. So be mindful of that, man. No matter what you're going through in life, if you make a mistake, you can always bounce back, especially if you learn something. We ain't gonna be able to make it through all of them, but I got like 5 minutes. Let me see if I can find some cool ones. All right, check this one out. It says before you can reach what's in front of you, you can't reach what's in front of you until you let go of what's behind you. You can't reach what's in front of you until you let go of what's behind you. What does that mean to somebody? Maybe you holding on to something that you gotta let go. You dig what I'm saying? I don't know if it's that bottle, you know what I mean? Because some people don't want to let that bottle go. Some people don't want to let their weed go. You know what I mean? I done heard people literally say, like, listen, man, you know what I mean? I'll go do this and that, but man, I'm gonna smoke my weed. And it's just like, what if God is trying to say, listen, the reason why you can't get none of the best jobs because you keep smoking. All the good jobs in your career, your ideal job, this job that's going to set you off for the rest of your life, that's going to put you in a position, to buy a house, to set you up to where, you know what I mean, you can retire and stuff. All of these jobs do drug screening, but you want to keep smoking. You know what I mean? So are you going to be that person that's going to let weed hold you back from living? Are you going to let that bottle keep taking control of your life to where you ain't going to give life a full 100%? You know what I mean? You got to figure that out. You can't reach what's in front of you until you let go of what's behind you. It could be a man, it could be a woman. You know what I mean? God might be trying to give you a new relationship, might be trying to put somebody better in your life, but you can't get it because, you know what I mean? You won't let go of somebody else. All right, let's see what's up we got. All right, listen. If you care what people think about you, you will always be their prisoner. If you care what people think about you, you will always be their prisoner. Have you ever seen people like that, man, that are so self conscious about what other people think about them? It's just like they feel like, oh, I got to be in a relationship to prove to people that, I'm doing good. Or I got to buy my kids this to make myself look like 100% parent. You dig what I'm saying? If my kids is in Jordans or the latest fashions and stuff like that, name brand stuff, then it look like I'm a kid. So when you posting your kids on Facebook and on Instagram and you showing this and that, a lot of people think that they leveled up or they really living their life or like they the best parents because this is how they treat their kids. And in actuality, your kids is growing out of them shoes by the minute. You dig what I'm saying? What he was wearing last week, his feet ain't the same this week, and his waist size ain't the same. He didn't grew the same shirt, you know what I mean, that you didn't bought, for Christmas. By spring, he out of that thing. You dig what I'm saying? Because that's how kids grow. And a lot of times that could be the case. You dig what I'm saying? You care about what other people think about you. You lived your life in this thing of like going out to the club. And I'm gonna tell you how I fell victim to that. When I had went down to the ATL and I got that management deal. You dig what I'm saying? When I got down there, um a lot of people was counting on me because I was really getting it in with this rap stuff. And so people knew, like, dude got the talent, he got the stage presence and everything. So he going down to the ATL, the black mecca for music. It's like, and I had the record deals. I should have been on. And I blew the record deals. I blew the record deals by writing some bad checks in Texas. And then when I came back, nobody wanted to mess with me. But I was so ashamed of myself that when I came back to like Indianapolis, you know what I mean? The first thing I did is I started trying to hustle. And Local Los, you was there, so I'm telling the truth. I was trying to hustle until I had a nervous breakdown that it was so bad. But you know what I mean? Even when I came back to the Quad Cities, I still tried to accelerate in the dope game because I still wanted that flash. I still wanted to be in clubs where people see me with nice clothes on, with the jewelry, because I still looked it like something because I was embarrassed that I had dropped the ball in Atlanta. You know what I mean? And it's really real because when you start caring about what people think about you, you become a prisoner. And what they basically saying is like, you ain't living for yourself. You living for what people think and how they feel about you. And that's a miserable place to be, fam. I'm telling you, I'm so glad I got that out of my life when I was like in my 20s and 30s, you know what I mean? Early, like late 20s, early 30s. Um, I've never been a follower, you know what I mean? I've always been a leader, but it's true. Everybody do kind of care. And you can't say you don't, because when you get dressed and you get fresh and you go out to the club, you kind of like what you wear. You know what I mean? You want to put on something so people could be like, man, you fresh. You know what I mean? So I'm saying in that sense, it's cool. But if you care what they think about you, don't let them make up who you are. Man, turn up for Christ or burn up for life. For real. You going to church and they talk about, oh, you going to church. I don't know what you going to church for. Next thing you know, Jesus pop up. Right. And you ain't there. Keep telling you, boy, you're gonna be remembering there. Remember Barry used to be like, turn up for Christ or burn up for life. It's gonna be too late. I'm straight up. I'm gonna be in the gates and you're gonna be trying to talk about, I know Barry. I'm like, no, you don't. I watched the podcast. I'm like, no. I'm gonna put my head down and keep on walking. I'm gonna go on back in the house. For real, for real. No, I'm playing. All right. Let me see. I'm gonna read this last one. I think it's 9 o'clock. I started at 9:02. Let me give you this last one because this one is dope. You gotta really pay attention to this. Life. It's your life. Love versus hate. Nothing is easy, but who wants nothing? Listen to that. Nothing in life is easy, but who wants nothing? Man, that's self-explanatory, man. Everybody that's watching this podcast, everybody that knows somebody, you want something. You want a better job, you want a better house, you you want a relationship, you want a marriage, you want a business, a career, you want a better bank account, you want a better savings, you want a retirement fund, you want a better car, you want better vacations and everything. But what it takes to get everything to grind to work for it, it's not gonna come easy. But if you don't like it like that, then you don't want nothing. Who walks around and don't want nothing? You dig what I'm saying? Who? Nobody. Okay, listen. Be back Sunday, man, with the bare truth. Happy birthday to Uncle Marshall, man. I love y'all. I thank y'all for watching. Now, Jada, that salad was fire. I don't know what kind of lettuce that was, but I didn't really care for that. But the chicken and stuff and the ranch was so fire. I appreciate it. It was bomb. Claudine Anderson says, I want a retirement from working for others. Uh-huh. And that's what it means, though. But just think about that. Nothing in life is easy, but who wants nothing? Just makes sense. God bless y'all. I love y'all. Bare truth. We